Welcome back, folks. This is Anthony Valentine, your camper nerd. Today's eBay auction will be a Benimar Perseo 500. So it's two-stroke three berth in total. Small, compact, low line on the Fiat Ducato 2.8 turbo diesel. And boy, does it go. I drove it back 170 miles yesterday. And it goes like stink. Well on top of the job. 2.8 turbo diesel. She's covered 108,000 kilometres. I repeat, 108,000 kilometres. So if you divide that by 1.6, 108, 60 odd, approaching 70,000 UK miles. So we've got a couple of imperfections to show you. So the last elderly owner, into his 90s would you believe, he treated himself to this 18 months ago. The first owner, by the way, had it from brand new to 18 months ago. So the first owner had it for circa 13 years. The first owner had it 11 and a half years. Had it serviced to the book. It has never had a single advisory from brand new. Please check it online. There's the registration number. Golf November 06, Hotel Uniform Juliet. All the MOT history is online. And believe it or not, it's never had a single advisory. Full service history, everything's itemised. So we'll start with what the elderly gentleman, he went to France in it last year, still travelling to this day. And he just clipped here, he said he caught a fence, so it's just pushed in there. It is watertight, but obviously you can see here where it's had a little bit of a amateur repair. That's the worst of the bodywork on the outside. I would say the leisure part could do with a polish up and a buff up. A machine polish would bring that up lovely. Relatively old straight panels. Please remember it's 13 years old. It is not new. It is being sold on a no reserve Spurs repair auction. Clearly it's not really Spurs repair, but that has to legally cover me, so I'm not obliged to give any warranty out. You decide how much it's going to fetch. There's no buy it now price. Sometimes the eBay auctions make a little bit more than expected, which is good for me. Sometimes they make a little bit less, which is good for you. That's all part of the excitement. But on average, the market decides its price. You can look at my feedback, visit me on my Camper Nerd YouTube channel. I've got nothing to hide. It is what it is. So on the front, I would say the front of the bumper could benefit from some back to black cleaner. It has definitely had some, well, I don't know what you call it, paintwork or something that someone's tried to amateurly hide with a couple of stickers. But yeah, so be aware of that. If that's particularly offensive to you, you could just repaint the front bonnet. But no, all the doors are nice, all the top area is nice. I've damp tested it and it's all dry, but there has been a previous repair which is guaranteed and that's been carried out. So let's just have a look. It's the mileage, there you go, 108,000 kilometres. But the speedo reads kilometres and miles per hour. It's got the power steering, the electric windows, central locking, all the mirrors work four ways, all the windows work, both front captain swivel seats. It would benefit from a nice tailor-made carpet to the front. So we just pop the bonnet. Lots of evidence of servicing. So there you go, there's a past service there. And the cam belt was changed at 92,000 kilometres in 17, so nothing to worry about there. Nice dry 2.8 turbo diesel. Really nice brake horsepower this. As I say, I drove it back 170 miles yesterday, no problem whatsoever. Let's step inside. Lots of paperwork, we'll go through that shortly. You can see both seats swivel, that completely swivels around here. And we've got the Highline fixed bed at the top. In fact, we'll just look underneath. So it's got a large garage area underneath the fixed bed. There's your battery. A few shelves. Yep, large area. Mains hookup. I've had that all tested and working. There's bike rack fittings. Gas bottle. Room for two. Exhaust valve for the hot water. I've tested that and it seems to be working fine. Set toilet. Fresh water. Let's switch the lights on. So yes, everything's quite presentable. However, there is an invoice in 14 for some damp repairs. Now I think there was a stain there, but the last owner, he's had it all repaired, but in his wisdom, not the last owner, the first owner, has repainted, and it's not quite as good as it could be. So he's repainted some of the edges. A little bit of overpaint there, but with a bit of time and effort and love and care and attention, she'll be fine. I've damp tested this completely all over every panel, and she's bone dry, leak free now for years to come. The last owner, bless him, he's put this shelf up there. Not the prettiest of things, I must admit, but it's there. Can soon remove that. He said that was for his bedding. Lighting. Thetford cassette swivel toilet, all clean and presentable. This is a little bit of stain in here. It's a shame. So a bit of plastic coat and paint will bring that back. Let's see if we can operate the pump. Yeah, I've checked all the bits and bobs. The 3 hob gas, these two are working fine, that one isn't, so I would suggest that needs a service. Hot water again, pump's working. I've put the hot water on gas and that's working perfectly fine, so it's heating the water up. You can also heat the water up on the mains when plugged in. That's working, and it is getting piping hot. So all the bits are working inside. The only thing that can't get to work is that hob. So I would suggest the valve, or that needs a service inside there. Again, the fridge is working. As you can see, a solid line there. That means that the pilot light is lit for the gas. Nice freezer. Yep, it's getting sub-zero freeze. Mains, as well as driving on 12 volt. Yeah, it's a very presentable vehicle, this. 2006, 108,000 kilometres, never had any advisories. It's the low line, so that driver's seat will completely bring forward there, so it's opening up the front cabin space. Now that, I'm fairly sure, should have a line and a barrier that lowers on the sidewall there, that brings that down and makes that into a single bed, but it's not there. But it wouldn't take much to put a rail on there, then you could lower that bed and again make that into a second bed. It's certainly very useful as it is, just for a couple. All the roof's fine. No damage to any panels or any cupboards. So I repeat, it's on sale. Oh, a few little bits of accessories and bobs all included. It's on sale with no reserve. You're more than welcome to come and view it. However, I will be away on holiday, so it will need collecting a couple of days after the auction. Let's have a look at some paperwork. So yes, as you can see, they're slightly out of focus there, but it's one owner for the first 11.5 years, then the last elderly gentleman in his 90s. Registered as a motorhome. We've got the 2 sets of keys. And the first owner, I think it might be here. Oh yes, here we go. How's about that? Look at this. Purchase price, every single penny is spent on it. Fiat servicing all the way through its life. The last owner, a family friend, was an RAC mechanic, so the RAC were servicing it for the last chap. But up until then, look at that. Everything to the book. It is... now, here we go. There's the big massive bill. £7,900. Attention to damp and floor and walls. So it must have had something major. So yeah, that was the whole thing. And I can verify I've had a damp meter on every single panel. You're more than welcome to come and look and test for yourself. But it's bone dry, every panel. And there's every invoice, MOT, detailing it all the way through. That'll keep you busy for a couple of hours. Lots of old MOTs, lots of manuals. Heater works as well, I've checked that out, fully tested, functioning fine. Nice size wardrobe, all your fuse boxes, gas control valves. I'll just check the awning. If the awning's fine, I'll show you on the pictures. So just stepping outside. So that's the worst of the damage, not very much. A good panel beater will bring that out there. The side and the leisure part could just benefit from a bit of a buff and a polish. Well, that's about it. Mechanically, she is 10 out of 10. A little bit of bodywork attention, a little bit of TLC to the inside, and you'll have your nice motorhome for years to come. Do your homework, check Benimar. You will find at current time the cheapest Benimar in the country is a 2000. It's the old shape, and that's at £12,500, folks. This one in tip-top condition would be north of 15, approaching £20,000 in the market at a retail motorhome dealership. So you do the mathematics yourself. However you use it, it's fully usable and functional as it is. Really presentable. Or be extra fussy, do those little bits in the inside, the bit to that door panel, the bonnet, and all in all you've got a nice vehicle. So good luck with your bidding, folks. No reserve, strictly auction only, no buy it now.